this is me, Heather, and I'm doing a video about the job fair that's happening in Prince Rupert right now. Right now, we're at the Civic Center, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to about 4 or 5 job stations, and you can learn about what type of job they have and what you need to be in that job field. So, what type of classes do you take at colleges where you become a firefighter?
The class that you have to take as a firefighter, the certification is called the NFPA 1001, and it involves everything from boat fires to structure fires, high-angle rescue, auto extrication, marine fires. Did I say marine fires already?
No.
No? Marine fires. Basically everything. The fire service over the last 20 years has evolved from doing just fires to everything. Now we do absolutely everything from hazmat to all the other things that I talked about. We've become kind of the go-to guys for emergency response.
And what's a normal day as a firefighter?
In Rupert, we do about 1,100 calls a year, so it averages to 3 calls a day. But that's on par with stations in Vancouver and Calgary and Edmonton. You can go to anything from a structure fire to medical calls, all that sort of stuff. Our day shifts are 10-hour day shifts, and our night shifts are 14-hour night shifts.
And being a firefighter must be hard, like the type of work you do. What's one of the worst things that can happen during a fire?
To us, certainly responder safety is the first thing that we are concerned about. There's so many times firefighters get injured or killed during building collapse, running out of air. Statistically, if you're a firefighter under 35, you have the greatest chance of dying in a fire due to being trapped, looking for people.
Okay. So I'm here with Jane, the paramedic, and I am asking her what she does every day, like saving lives and stuff like that. So what's a usual day for you?
A usual day, a day shift starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. It goes for about 10 hours. So usually we'll get to work a couple of minutes early, get changed into our uniform. We've got some car checks and some chores that we do around the station on a daily basis that we try to get done before the first call comes in. On any given day we can do anywhere from 1 to 7 or so calls in a day. That may require that we're on ambulance in town here, or sometimes we fly in a helicopter, or go on the Coast Guard vessel, because there's a lot of outlying communities around here, so you never know.
And what's it like, instead of going to one stationary place to work, you have to get in an ambulance and drive somewhere?
I find it really interesting. It's not your average job, right? So you get to be exposed to a lot of different people on a daily basis. We are trained to kind of expect the unexpected. We never know what we're going to be involved with, which is kind of interesting. So it's just a matter of being on your toes, being well prepared, a lot of common sense, and keeping calm.
And being a paramedic must be sort of hard, because of some things that you might see. What's one of the really hard things to do on a job?
There's a lot of different difficult aspects to the job. It just depends who it is. Everybody's got their soft spot for certain things.
So, I have decided to interview my teacher, Mrs. Calder, who is a teacher at the wonderful Pacific Coast School. Look, ooh, cars. Anyways, so I'm just going to ask her what it was like for her experience as a teacher. So, say hi.
Hi.
So, what college did you go to, and what was it like, and did you have to learn just one subject, or did you have to learn every subject that a teacher has to know?
I went to Simon Fraser University, and I really enjoyed it there. For the most part, when I thought I wanted to be a teacher at first, but when I started going to university I wasn't 100% sure, and I didn't know exactly what type of teacher I wanted to be. I thought about being an acting teacher for a while, and so when I first went into university, I was in the faculty of fine and performing arts, and so I was doing a few different things. I was doing some dance and some art and some acting and stage design, different things like that. And then I realized that actually I liked doing those things, but I liked actually teaching more of the academic courses. And so what I did is I did a degree called a Bachelor of General Studies, which is a little bit of everything. Because originally, although now I'm teaching at high school, I originally wanted to teach elementary. And in elementary, you have to teach all subjects. And so I did a Bachelor of General Studies. And then after I finished my Bachelor of General Studies, I did a professional program called the Professional Development Program, and it's a 2-year program or a 1.5-year program that gives you a teacher certification. So altogether, it was about 6 years. 6 years to become a teacher, 6 years of university.
And that's about as long as it takes to be a doctor. Because a doctor takes 7 years.
Yeah, so it's a long time.
So, do you think that, how was your tuition then than it is now? Like, what was your tuition at that time?
I don't remember exactly the tuition. I think it was just a little over $300 a course. And I typically took 4 courses a semester. And at Simon Fraser University, they have a semester system, so that means they have 3 semesters in a year. So you can work on your courses over the summer as well. But I also did co-op. I did work co-op, so I actually went out and worked for a semester. So I would do 2 semesters of schoolwork, and then I'd do 1 semester of co-op. But it was great job experience. I got to go out and work out in the workplace and earn money at the same time, pay my way through university, so it was good. I also used some student loans, which I'm still paying off today. So.
Oh, okay. Some people, like I actually believed this one time, that you only have to learn in university what you teach. Like if you're going to become an English teacher, you only have to get an English degree. Is that true?
There are some things that you have to learn a little bit about, and you also have to learn how to teach. So you take courses about how to teach, how to do assessment. Assessment is checking to see whether or not the students are actually understanding what they're learning. And then how to help the students if they're not understanding things. So you learn a lot about just how to teach, and you do that, the way I did it is I first did a degree, and then afterwards I spent 2 years focusing on education courses that help you do that. And you do a practicum too. You go out into the schools and work alongside an expert teacher, and they teach you a lot too.
Is it hard being a high school teacher?
Sometimes, but I like it. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I especially like it when I can see that my students are being successful and learning new things, and I get a lot of, I'm always learning too. And that's one of the things that I really like about being a teacher is a lot of times I'll have to teach something that I don't understand very well, and so I'll have to spend time researching it and learning about it so I can teach it to my students.
And what is teachers usually, they don't just mark papers and tests and stuff like that and mark work. What is the stuff that some students don't know that you do?
Well, we do a lot of research and preparation and learning about things. We spend a lot of time trying to understand the best way to teach things to students. We spend a lot of time just working with students and helping them. I would say here at Pacific Coast School, I spend a lot more time trying to research ways that students can learn things on their own, because we do a lot of independent work. And so I try to think of things, if I knew nothing about the topic, how would I find out about it? And then I try to help my students learn how to be good learners.
I'm here with my teacher, Mrs. Olson, who teaches math and science and textiles, and I'm going to ask her about how her teaching experience was and how college was. So, what was college like for you, and how long did it take?
I loved university. It took me 4 years and a semester to get my math and science degree, and 2 years to get my Bachelor of Education degree. So for about 6.5 total, but I got 2 bachelor degrees out of that.
And out of textiles, math, and science, what's your favorite subject to teach?
Those 3 are my favorite.
Okay, if you had to choose one of those subjects.
I don't know. I like textiles. It's more relaxed.
If you had to choose a job other than teaching, which I bet is hard because it's probably the job you first picked, which job would you choose instead, other than teaching?
I don't know. I've wanted to be a teacher since I was 5. So, I don't know. I worked at the fisheries when I was doing my degree, and I liked that, and I taught the education programs there, but it was in a different setting. So if I couldn't work in a school, maybe I would work there.
Hi, so we've looked at a lot of different employment jobs. We've looked at mostly service jobs, and that was a total coincidence. You know, all jobs that are in this video are service jobs. There's paramedics, which service people, teachers who service students, and firefighters who serve the city, helping with fires. But there are also a lot of different other jobs. There are lawyers and writers and farmers and like so many different jobs. So it just depends on what you like. For me, I don't really actually know what I want to do. I mean, I have so many interests. I like music and singing, and I also love writing, and I also love cooking too, and I also love, you know, helping people. So it's really hard to choose what you want, you know. So it's always good to check out a few simple things of something that you're interested in. You know, check how much the tuition is for the college, what type of college or university you have to go to. And sometimes people might think, oh, well, just because it's on TV, it's really cool. Like, I thought being a doctor would be very easy. Like, I watched Grey's Anatomy and House and ER and General Hospital and stuff like that, which is not exactly an actual hospital show, but it has a hospital in it. So I always thought that you know, being a doctor is really easy. You know, somebody comes in and then you save them, and then you go out for a drink, but it's actually not that simple. So just because you see it on television, just because it's you know, a cool reality show, or it's a cool drama, or a cool, you know, kids show or something like that, doesn't mean it's exactly like that. So always research what you're going to do. This has been the job fair in Prince Rupert.